Hello. Can you hear me okay? Hello. Can you hear me okay? Hello. Can you hear me okay? Cool, right. Let's get rid of There we go, can't hear myself, that's horrible. Right, evening and welcome to M&M's MX5 Touring Cup. This was a race that was done last week. M&M stands for Matt and Mate, so it's this little fun MX5 Touring Cup we ran. I'll walk you through the format before we start races. So basically 3 races tonight, each 20 minutes long. There's 2 15-minute sprint races and then a 30-minute feature race. And one of the key features of tonight is there's 2 different compounds of tyre that each driver had to use, mediums and hards, and there was a 10-minute qualifying session, and each driver had to use the compound that they wanted to start race 1 on in qualifying, so either the medium or hard. So they choose a compound to use on race 1, and then race 2 is a reverse grid of the result from race 1, and then they have to use the opposite compound. So if you use mediums in the first race, you have to use hards in the second, and vice versa. And then the 30-minute feature race is open options to choose whichever compound you want, but you've got to use both medium and hards. So it'll be probably a one-stop, and you'll start on one compound and switch to the other. So let's have a quick look at the grid. This is the first broadcast I've done on GT7, so we'll see how this goes. But hopefully we can still do a bit of a grid walk. Yes, we can. There we go. Let's have a look then. So this was the starting grid for the first race. Feel free to say hello in the comments. So we're on pole, and I have to look at my phone because GTA, Pat, how you doing? On GT7 you can't put the names with the drivers. So on pole, Mr. Livery himself. Little's GP always makes an effort. He's gone pink and nothing else, but he's on pole. Then we got Matt in second, and he's CMS Racing Mazda. And then third is the first of the 2 GT87 teammates. This is Cinemod. He was third on the grid. And fourth was Rob. Great performance from Rob. Put his Mazda fourth and his lovely Yankees liveried MX5. Then fifth was Spunkmeyer in his BP Mazda. And then sixth was Tiger, Cinemod's teammate, the GT87. It was great, those 2 cars. And eighth we had Big Dan, his Airfix livery. And eighth was Daz. And his Wines. Looks very nice, very pretty. And then in 10th we have Jim and his very festive looking Mazda, like that one. Ho ho ho. Oh, what fun it is to ride. An open topped Mazda. And then 10th was Bandit. Very resplendent. And then we have in 11th is Pat, and he's, I think, the US state which Road Atlanta is in, which I can't remember. Themed, all the companies are from this state. Come on, Pat, tell me which state that was. Then 12th we have Coy and his Red Bull livery, and then finally is Bazza. What's he got? Hard to tell. Just Bazza. Right, so there we go. That's the grid. First race. As I say, it's the first time in GT7, so we'll see how this goes. This race will start at sunrise, so the lights are on now. Georgia State, just outside Atlanta. Thank you very much. So this is Road Atlanta in America. Just been introduced to the game. It's a brilliant track, but it's quite tricky in these Mazdas, so expect to see a lot of drifting. Right, so that's the grid. And away we go for the first of two 15-minute races and then the feature. So we'll try and keep up with the action. So here we go. Let me know how the sound is, whether it's too loud or too quiet. So red lights go. We've got a bit of a jump at the back. I think that was Baz's jumping. But away we go. It looks a relatively clean start. Looks like Tiger got the start. There we go into the first corner. So it's a tricky first corner. So Chris leads them away as we go into this uphill right-hander. Looks like everyone's through fairly cleanly. It's Matt in second. Spunkmeyer's in fourth. Looks like he's challenging Robert. Drums has a bit of a bad start, down to sixth. So we go into the first of the S's. It's very tricky right-hand at the top of the S's and they come down the hill. So it looks like Chris is away already. He's already got a bit of a lead. Matt's in second. He's been hassled by Cinnamod. And then we got Tiger in third. His teammates had a good start. Spunkmeyer in fourth. Robin drops down to fifth. Big Dan's in sixth. They've already got penalties. So penalties are on tonight. So if they shortcut any corners, they're going to get a penalty. So Dan's in seventh. Dan's sliding the car, gets it on the grass as they go through. And then we've got a bit of a battle here for third between the GT87 boys and Spunkmeyer. So let's have a watch on board with, get the right camera. Here we go. So this is with Tiger. We've got Spunkmeyer right behind us. Let's go actually watch from in car with Spunkmeyer. Is Tiger going to have a look down the inside of his teammate? Actually go, oh, yeah, we go, spare view. Is he going to have a look side into his teammate into the chicane at the end of that one? No, I think it's better of it. Good move. Don't want to get too feisty too early, but Cinema makes a bit of a mistake coming out, and they all have a little bit of a love tap between the three of us. But now side by side, they come into the right hand of his. Still quite a corner in these cars. Right hand of us. So across the line we go for the first lap. And they're really close together, so we've got a little 5 going into first corner. They're drifting away as they go through that corner. And it looks like, who's that? Spunkmeyer's gone wide. Unfortunately, I think Rob on drums has followed him off. It's a tricky corner, so Spunkmeyer comes back on the track. He comes back into 7th. He's now got Santa Claus right behind him. So that can Jim do anything through the S's. This is tricky, this bit here. I'll get the right camera. There we go. Is he going to do anything about the two in front of him as they go through this tricky left-hander? Again, they can get caught out by the track limits as they come up. He's going to make a move, so we're having a look from behind Jim. Is he going to make a move down the inside? Not quite. Big Dan gets a little bit wide. Spunkmeyer thinks better off it though, so what we've got up front, let's have a look. So Little's GP's already gone. Asserting his dominance as per usual. He's got a big lead over Matt now, who looks to be fairly comfortable in second. We'll do a run through the tyres in a minute. So Tiger's on hards, and so is GT87. So the two GT87 boys have gone early on the hards. So they're deciding to run the hards early. Oh, we've got a three-way coming in here. Look at this. We've got Big Dan. We've got Spunkmeyer going for a move down the inside. He takes 6th and Big Dan, and we've got Daz as well trying to make a move up. Jim trying to make a move on the inside of Big Dan. Let's have a watch from inside of Big Dan. Can we see Jim? There he is. Is Jim going to try and go around the outsides? We go around this right hand. He does. Look at that. He makes his stick as well. What a great move from Jim. Is Dan going to make a move back? I don't think so. He's probably too far behind there. It's a lovely move there by Jim. They come flying through turn 1 sideways. Let's have a look what else has got. So we've got Bandit. He's in 9th. And Koi is up to 10th, I'm not sure where he started. He's back where he started, and Pat unfortunately has gone off. Turn 1 is tricky. Rob's on down to 12th, so he had a great qualifying, but unfortunately he's dropped down to 11th. Pat's in 12th, and then Barry at the rear of 13th. So up at the front, already on to lap 3 is Chris. Got a decent lead now, quite a big lead over Matt. Let's have a look. So Tiger's got a bit of a gap now to Cinnamod. Oh, what's going on there? Don't think anything going on. And we got Jim and Dan are very close to each other. Let's have a look, see what Dan can see. He's trying to line that Jim up now, looking rearwards from Jim's car. Dan's getting a good slipstream now. Is he going to have a go? Here he goes. Can we see him come past? There he goes. Oh, he had a penalty. That's unfortunate for Dan, but he's still there. He's still there. According to IMSA, Mika says turn 1 is just simple left, not in the MX5s they're not. So Dan's still right on the tail of Jim. So The other battles going on. I think this is probably the closest. Oh, Jim's got a little bit wide. Dan does a little bit of a lift there just to make sure he doesn't run into the back of him as they come into turn one, which is a bit more of Jim's gone very wide. Oh, he's gone. He's gone for a sleigh ride into the sand. Rob on drums gone a bit wide as well. So let's have a look. Chris is still well ahead of Matt. And we've got Tiger, who's got a bit of a gap now to Cinnamod. He's still got Daz behind him, but probably not close enough quite yet to get a tow. Spunkmeyer's got a bit of a penalty. I wonder what Spunkmeyer's... is that the character of Aliens? He comes to a grisly end. So there's Dan. So we've got a bit spread out. 9th is Coy. He's moved up a bit. Rob's into 10th. Pat 11th. So Jim now down to 12th after his little golfing trip to the sand, and then Barry in 13th. So here comes Chris. So Chris is on the medium, so he decided to go for medium first. Currently got the fastest lap with a 1:27.3, bangs in a 27.5. So here comes Matt, does his fastest today, but he's a second off the pace at the moment, so it shows how quick Chris is. And then we've got the GT87 boys with Daz in hot pursuit. Look at that, lovely slide as Tiger goes through T1. And let's have a quick see what's going on. Let's watch over this very tricky T3, very easy to get wrong. We've got Daz right behind us. This is flat, but only just. Daz is following us round. And it's very easy to clip the curve too hard or go wide. Let's see where Daz is. There he is. Daz is getting a bit of a tow now. Trying to hang on to these two in front of him. Let's have a quick check to see if anything goes. Spunkmeyer's trying to catch up. Yeah, again, sideways. Is the volume okay, by the way? Can you hear me? Is it too loud, too quiet? So Dan in 7th. And in 8th. Coy in 9th. Rob in 10th. Jim in 11th. Pat in 12th. Barry in 13th. Let's have a quick check on the tyres. So say, Little's GP, thank you. Little's GP is on the mediums, so is Matt. Oh, there's battles going on here. So it looks like Cinnamod and Daz. So Cinnamod's on the hards, Dad's on the mediums. So Daz has got a tyre advantage here. So let's see what he can do. So the GTA 7 team are doing a good job here, keeping the medium shod Daz behind them. So the mediums, they don't tend to wear out that much around here, and certainly not in the sprint, so we're really close now. So watch the going to this tricky right hand top of the hill. It's unsighted, but Daz is managed to keep his footing. He's right in the toe of that MX5. All the time Tiger's not getting away either, so let's see if Daz can set him up over the top of this right hander. Here he comes, here he comes. Let's go on board with Cinnamod. Can we see there he is. Is Daz going to have a go into the first? That's a tricky place to pass. Is he going to try and do the old switcheroo? No, I think he's going to try and line him up, get a decent run, and that was a nice decent run. He's got more grip. Here we go. Better run out of that right hand onto the back straight, which is long. Of course, even cars, so no car advantage at all. Let's see what happens here as we come into the chicane at the end of the back straight. Got Daz slightly ahead, but Cinnamod's on the inside. Dad's going to go around the other side. He's trying it. I think he's done it. Yes, he has. Lovely move, but Cinnamod's going to cut back inside him. Look at this for a nice bit of racing between these. Cinnamod gets him back. So, despite the hard tyres, Daz has got to do it all over again. Cinnamod's having a cracking drive. There we go. So, looking back, I think I'd be surprised if he has a go in the T1. It's only a lift, they say, apparently. Oh, he's gone a bit wide. That might give Daz a chance. Concentrate on this bounce. Look, they're side by side. They're going into this tight right-hander. Very tricky corner. Cinnamod's doing an outstanding job keeping the mediums behind him, and he'll probably hope that the mediums start to drop away a little bit. Daz will burn his tyres up trying to pass, and he'll be able to start pulling away when the mediums start dropping off. So in 6th we've got Spunkmeyer, he's on hards as well, so having a good drive in 6th on the hards. Same with Big Dan, also going with hards. Mika-san actually found less grip was actually better for some of the corners. Yeah, no, the hards can be a better tyre actually. So Coy's up to 8th now, so we missed Dave. He's gone up to 8th. Must have been some mistakes. Rob's got penalties on. He's on the mediums. What was Coy on? Coy's on the mediums. Jim's on the mediums. He's got Bandit not far behind him, so keep an eye on that. And then we've got Pat, who's got 1 second, so he is going to lose out probably to Barry on the back straight. Yeah, sliding that car around. It's got a bit of in-car action. So we'll see Pat. 1 second is quite a lot as well. So Barry's dropped it though, coming out the right-hander. So won't dwell on that too much. There's Little's GP. Look at that, really pushing the track limits. You can't even see Matt in the background now. So he's flying, still in the mid 27s. Matt's in the 28s and 29s, but Matt's got quite a lead as well, as he expect. They're both on mediums. The Tiger's now got a bit of a gap to his teammate. It's Daz. What's happened to Cinnamod? We have to go back. What's happened to Cinnamod? Let's have a watch. Did he drop it into the chicane, I wonder? Goes into the first apex, okay. Second's alright. Oh, he got a tank slapper. Got a tank slapper coming out the chicane. Oh, poor Cinnamod. Losing a few places. Spunkmeyer's up to 5th now. There goes Big Dan past Cinnamod as well. So we've got a change here as well. So it looks like Rob and Coy having a bit of a battle as they go into the chicane. Both fidgeting around a little bit. One of the things we all know and love about GT7 is my best efforts. The lobby was okay, but certain drivers still did the jitterbug. Coy being one of them. But he's right behind Rob, although it's hard to tell who's actually where. Pat's saying wasn't enjoying the hards as much as the mediums, found it quite slidey. Yeah, it's funny how some drivers prefer a certain compound. So Rob on drums has now got past Coy. Well, I think staying on board with these two might make us all sick. Let's just see if we can. Where's Jim behind us? So Jim's not that far behind. So up the hill. Oh, Cinnamon says, yep, too much slipstream from Tiger and rear end when coming out of the chicane. Yeah, that is easily done. Alright, so let's just have a quick scoot around. Look great though when they're not jumping. So these four are quite close. There's not much between them, between Coy, Jim, Bandit and Barry. Different tyres. So Bandit's on the hards, Jim's on the mediums, so should start getting a bit of a grip advantage. Let's have a quick scoot around. So Little's GP is on plenty of his own as usual, way out in front. And there's Matt, who's got equal distance between him and Tiger behind. So Tiger, he's doing a great job on those hards. Fuel shouldn't be a problem. And you can see the difference there between Daz and Tiger. The Daz is mediums and now, yeah, roughly half worn. As you probably expect, they're about twice as worn as the hards on Tiger's car. But Tiger's getting quicker. He's done 29.4. Which is only 4 tenths slower than Daz, and Daz has got a penalty, so that might be curtains. How far into it? So it's coming to 13 minutes. So Tiger's starting to weave a little bit, which I'm a bit surprised at. But let's have a look. So we've got some battles here. What's going on? Let's have a look. So Coy's got a penalty, so I think Jim's about to get him. Let's see what's going on here. Spunkmeyer and Big Dan. Unfortunately with the replays you don't get the time. So Dan is getting a nice tow from Spunkmeyer, so we'll keep an eye on this battle. Is he going to make a lunge into the chicane? Probably not, that's a bit too far. He's on the hards, but he's got a good run out of there. So as we come down the hill, don't think T1's really a passing place. Spunmeyer decided he wants to defend though anyway. He compromises line a little bit, but again, even coming out, it's tough to pass. But Rob's going to have a go. Dan's going to have a go. We come up the hill, but no, he thinks better of it. Probably better just line him up through this sequence. Stay on him, and see if we can get either toe down the back, the short of the back straight, or maybe even better wait for the long back straight. Spunmeyer's defended again, so interesting. There we go, one-handed drifting. Oh, it's getting close now though. Spunmeyer's gone a little bit wide, that gives Dan a really good run. Here he goes. He got a lovely run out there. So he switched to Cinnamod, who's trying to catch these guys up. So where's Dan? There he is. Oh, so Dan's decided to close him off straight away. Got Spunmeyer right behind us. Is he going to make a move into the chicane? Here he comes. Dan on the inside, covers the inside. Plenty of room given by both. That's good racing. But Dan gets a little bit of a wiggle on as he comes out of the chicane. Spunmeyer's now in the toe. The tyres are reasonably close, and we have got Cinnamod, recovery of Cinnamod. Oh, what happened there? Ah, it's a finish. We missed the finish, right? So let's quickly go back. So got so carried away. So Tiger first across the line in the 15 minutes. So Daz gets second. So good podium from Tiger. I'd be pleased with that. On these hards, Dan gets a half or fifth. That's Spunmeyer right behind him, gets sixth, then Cinnamod seventh. A little tumble out of the chicane, cost him probably at least fourth, but good results though for the hard shot guys. And then here comes Jim on his mediums. I don't think we've got anyone there, so there's a checker flag. And here comes Coy, he's going to finish ninth. Rob on drums has come out of chicane. He gets 10th. Let's see where Little's GP is. So he's just lapping. So Bandy comes across for 11th. And Barry's going to come across for 12th. And then we'll flick straight to Little's GP, who takes the win, first win of the night. Dominant win. And then finally Matt is going to come across in quite a distant second. Right, we'll pause here. Not this gives us the results, but let's pause it there. So results from race 1. Little's GP, convincing win from Matt in second, then Tiger third, Daz fourth, Dan in fifth, Spunmeyer sixth, Cinnamod seventh, Jim in eighth, Coy in 9th, Rob on drums 10th, Bandit 11th, Barry 12th, and Pat in 13th. Cinnamod saying only wanted one more lap. Yes, I think you did. I think you have got 5th there. Right, so that is race 1 done. Now we have to go on the hunt for race 2. So, reverse grid for round 2. No, that's not collection. I want my items. Here we go. This is where we learn how we do and do not do it. Right, there we go. That one. Right, so reverse grid for round 2. Right, here we go. Right, so let's just pause that. Put that on, and away we go. So, reverse grid. So, we've got Pat in pole, followed by Barry, Bandit, Rob on drums, Quick Up, Jim, Cinnamod, Spunmeyer, Dan, Daz, Tiger, Matt, and Little's GP. Obviously, swapping tyres now. So, for instance, Little's GP and Matt are now on the hard. So, we'll see how this goes. Right, so, another sprint race. Change of time. I think this was afternoon. And here we go. Around race 2 of the 3. So, I should have said each of the sprint races score 16 points for a win, down to 1 point for 16th. I think there's 13 in the race, so 16 down to 4, and then the feature race, which is twice as long, gets twice the points, so it gets 32. So 64 points up for grabs, and there's a point for fastest lap in each race, which in the first race was Little's GP. So here we go, another 15 minutes, reverse grid. We'll try and keep up with this. Pat's on pole. Any jump starters this time? No, everyone's away. Look at that. So Pat leads us away, but we've got Bandy getting a cracking start down the inside. He's going to try and go down the inside of Barry maybe as they come into the first corner. Do the wide view. Barry goes a little bit wide. Oh, there's a bit of shenanigans going. Oh, who's that inside? Rob on drums has been spun around. We come up the hill. This is going to be almost impossible to follow, and Little's GP is up to 7th already. I think Coy's gone really wide, so Little's GP's got flown up the field. Let's watch that start from Little's GP, shall we? Let's see how he managed to get from 13th up to 6th in the first corner. So Matt covers him off. Matt tries to cover the inside. So here we go into the first course. There's a bit of a knock there between Van and yeah, so it looks like whoever that was turned around. Let's go back. Who was that turned around? Let's try and work out who that was. So on board with Tiger. Here comes Daz. We'll try it. Let's see, who was that turned around? Almost impossible to work out. Oh, who was that? That was Rob. So let's go follow. Yes, Chris has an annoying knack of being able to avoid the car. He usually does. So Rob gets turned around. Look at that. And then I think it all just kicks off. So up at the front, we've got, look at this, we've got 4-way wide. So Coy goes wide. So Barry's away. Look at that, nice and clean. We've got Payne second. And look at this, we've got a whole barrage of cars coming down the hill. So a moment Bandit for Pat, and it's all getting a bit sideways. Oh, Cinnamon sliding everywhere. Well, that means up to 4th. Look at that. He's starting last. He's up to 4th. So we got a 4-way into the corner at the end of the back straight. So Cinema's up to 4th. Inside of Spunkmeyer. Where do we put? Look at this. So where do we look in this lot? I think we probably have to go up a bit. So so we've got Little's GP. He's on the back of Pat. So let's see what Little's GP is going to do with Pat. We'll try and keep an eye on what's going on behind as well. So Little GP is going to make a move up into 3rd, is he? He's on the hards, but he does it, but it runs a little bit wide. Allows Pat to go around the outside. And look at that, I was sideways going in. So was that Cinnamon again having a massive tank slapper? So, end of that one, Matt's up to 7th, but it's all carnage, and Pat gets nerfed a little bit wide there by Spunkmeyer. Let's see what happens here. So Pat is trying to recover from Spunkmeyer's gone a bit wide, has he? Yes, he has. Spunkmeyer's gone wide. He's off into the boonies. So here comes Tiger. Tiger's up now. Tiger's on the mediums. Daz is on the hard. So Tiger's got a good chance here of making his way up. Right, let's try and catch our breath because here I've got some man flu. Oh, I heard someone sliding. Who was that? No. Lots of sliding going. Right, so Bandy's got. Who was that? Oh, that was Barry. That was Barry, we heard. Poor Barry, down the 4th. Yes, definitely, Pat's definitely more chaotic start than the second race. Yes, indeed. Right, so Little's GP in a lap and a half has gone from 1st to last. So he's got Bandit and Cinnamod, they're right behind him. Then we've got here, so we got Barry and Matt alongside each other. Let's have a look from Matt's perspective. Where's Barry? There he is. Let's have a watch from outside then as they come into the chicane. Who's going to be the last of the late breakers? Barry's just got his nose ahead, but he's got alongside now. He gives Matt a nudge, and Matt's gone off. Barry's gone off as well, I think, is he? Where's Barry gone? Oh, Barry's gone off as well, so Rob does a jump. It's all kicking off into there. And what's happened here? Tiger minding his own business, has gone from 9th to 5th in one corner. So here we go. So you can see Matt and Barry alongside each other. Matt gets a little side swipe from Baz. Baz goes off, and Daz and Dan decide to just open the door for Tiger. And Tiger says, "Thank you very much." I'll take that. Straight up to 5th on his mediums as well. Right, so lap 3, let's have a little bit of a stock check. Chris, so Little's GP is in the lead, but he's on his hards. And he's skirting, look at that, he's gone a little bit wide. That's going to give Cinnamon a bit of a chance. Oh, panel bashing as they go down the S's. Let's have a watch from inside Cinnamod's car. He's got a grip advantage. There's a GT87 racing car, gonna throw one down the inside. Not yet. Cinnamon maybe biding his time. Probably gives him a little bit of a nudge. That's put Chris a little bit sideways. Is that gonna be the chance he needs? I think it is. A little bit of a love tap into the tight right-hander. Chris has not given up though. So go into the chicane. Is he going to retaliate? So I'll go on board with Chris. Is he going to... So Cinnamon's already defended down the inside as we come into the chicane. So he doesn't want to give up on this one without a fight. Cinnamon gets a bit sideways, but so does Chris. Is Chris going to have another move into the turn 1? He's got a good run. He's got a good toe. It's going to be tricky, but he's going to give it a go. Alongside each other, they go into turn 1. Chris has done it. Look at that, nice move. And Cinnamon's keeping around the outside, uses that extra grip. So look at that, beautifully done. Gave him room, but went around the outside. So Bandy's still in 3rd. He's on his mediums against Pat, who's on his mediums in 3rd as well. So Pat's doing a good job. Then we've got Tiger in 5th, also on mediums. And Daz is in 6th on hards, as is Matt. Not making as much ground as Chris up at the little GP up in front. Then we've got Dan in 8th on his mediums, Jim in 9th, Coy 10th, Rob and hards, so is Coy. 11th, Barry in 12th, and Spomar on 13th. So Cinnamon still in the lead. Let's have a quick look, see if there's any battles going on. So we've got a bit of a battle here. So this is Pat versus Tiger. Prefer that one. There we go. Well, Tiger's got his flip ups. Obviously decided wants to let Pat know he's there. He's going to go make a move. Pat starts to defend the inside as we come down the hill into the chicane, and we've got a side by side between Matt and Daz as well. Matt's going down the inside and just makes it stick. Ran a little bit wide, just makes it stick, and then we've got Danny's now lining up Daz. So let's just have a look, see what's going on into T1 between Pat. Oh no, out of the last corner. It's like a Tiger right behind Pat. Is he going to try down the inside as they go through this? Both getting sideways. Tiger on the inside. Ooh, just gives enough room to Pat. We come up the hill. Oh no, it's just a little tap there. Looks like Pat just gave him a little nudge on the corner. Probably didn't even notice, and Tiger goes. I think that was just very unlucky with Tiger. Let's have a quick look. Let's just see. Oh yeah, so who was that going? So Bandit was going off. There's Pat in car. Oh yeah, that was probably just unfortunately wrong place, wrong time. I think Pat couldn't do much about that. We don't have stewards in this one, but if they did, that might have been a racing incident. So Cinnamon still got Little's GP right behind him. So we might see Little's GP just playing the tyre game. So you can see there Cinnamon's tyre starting to go off a bit. Still show plenty of grip, starting to go off, whereas the hards are still nice and fresh. Right, quick look down. So Pat's in 3rd now, Matt's into 4th. He's got Dan right behind him on the mediums versus Matt's hards. So Daz is in 6th. He's got a penalty though, but he's trying to shake off Jim. Both weaving down the straight. And Tiger, after his spin, a little bit further behind, then Coy, Rob, with Spunkmeyer behind him. Spunkmeyer's got a gargantuan penalty. 3 seconds, he'll virtually be stopped. Barry and then Bandit. I think Barry has obviously got some issues. He's gone to default mode. So, back to the front, halfway through the race. Got Little's GP still all over the back of him. So, let's watch him in car. Looks like his mediums are starting to go a little bit on the Cinemod's car. Up the hill we go. Yeah, Chris is audibly backing off now. I'm going to try and get a run. But he might be prudent, he might wait until the longer back straight. As we go into the fast right-hander and then the sharp right-hander, which is very hard to spot. Really hard to spot the apex, especially when the sun starts to go down. Alright, so Matt is in third. So Matt's got past Pat. Let's see what happened there. Oh, they're alongside each other. And Matt just, I think, just got a better run coming out of the S's. And then that's it, done. So Matt's up to third on the hards. Pat's in fourth, down to fourth, but still doing a good job. In his mediums, it looks like Dan is going to get a run coming out of the right-hander. Oh no, but looks like a bit of jumping there. Maybe Dan's lagging a little bit over that. Yeah, I think he must be lagging a bit. So let's have a look. Oh, we're clear. So maybe Pat had a penalty. Yeah, Dan's well clear. Right, so can Dan chase Matt down? He's got mediums, are starting to go, but he has got tyre advantage. Back to the front. Chris is still sizing up Cinemod. Over the line, it's a lap 7. Right behind, look how close they are. Oh, Chris gives Cinemod a bit of a nudge. Tries to open the door that wasn't quite open. Cinemod manages to keep the composure and keep the thing on the track. Chris is all over the back. Let's have a look at the back of Cinemod's car. Look at that. Got the Pink Panther all over our back. Because has never seen Chris play with his Pro so much. Yeah. Maybe Cinemod can tell us what was going through his mind. Just seeing his rear view mirror full of pink rocket. So is Chris going to have a go now? He's right in the slipstream. Go. He's getting a decent toe now. Pulls out. We're going to see him come past. There he comes. Oh, clearly through. But is Cinema going to have a go? Cinema going to have a go back under the brakes? No. Chris gets a nice clean pass done. Let's see if Chris can then start to pull away. Fastest lap so far, Spunkmeyer on a 28.8. Chris has done a 29.1 with his hards, but he might start to pull out a bit. So Cinema down a second, but still in there. He's not far behind. 4 and a bit minutes to go. So Matt is still in third. Still lapping reasonably competitive. Done a 29.1. But Big Dan's just done the fastest of the cars. Look over, they look drifting through the T1. So Dan's just done the fastest lap of the race. His medium, so they're starting to go a bit. But he's keeping Matt honest. And there's Pat doing a great job in 5th. And Daz in 6th. That's a decent return of hards so far for Daz. Coy's up to 7th, so Coy's having a good race. I haven't seen him much. Just done his fastest lap of a 30.6. Those on hards. Someone says, was thinking I'd like another 100 horsepower. Yes, we'd all like another 100 horsepower against Chris. That looked a little bit wide from Coy. That might be a penalty. The Tiger's trying to recover, so Tiger's done a 29.1 on his medium, so he's putting in competitive times, just a bit unlucky at the top of the hill. I think he might have had another issue as well, maybe. Oh, Coy's gone a little bit wide. That might give Tiger, let's dare to go on board with Tiger and watch the Jitterbug. Coy has decided he needs to break the toe. Oh, he's got a penalty. Oh, that was a humongous glitch. So Tiger up to 7th, Coy down to 8th. Spunkmeyer's got pace. He said he has to one scruffy lap there, lap 5. I don't know if he had related to another car or just a little off. That's dropped him down a bit. Rob on drums and Barry having a good battle here. So Rob's just done his fastest lap of 31.8. Barry's just done a 31.3. So these two are locked in battle. Let's have a bit of a watch with Bazza. Miss too much. Oh, playing with his dragons out there. Barry, you don't want to be going out there. Marbles are harsh, but he's got, it looks like got a bit of a, yeah, see, they're both on hards. Let's have a watch. So Rob's looks like his tyres are a little bit better state than Barry's, but Barry's certainly monstering Rob. Actually, their tyres are about the same. So can Rob do anything about Barry? Barry's gone a little bit wide. Can Rob keep it nice and neat and tidy coming through his tight right-hander? Oh, he can. It looks like there was a bit too much curve there from Barry. He's going to fight though. He's going to fight it. There we go. Can he tuck back into... So actually, yeah. So sorry, yeah. That was Rob getting a bit sideways, wasn't it? So Barry is through with Jim too far. So is Rob going to have another go back? We know how late Bazza likes to break into the chicane. Oh, he's trying to cover. It's a bit of a late move, but it looks like he's just about got away with it. They come back up the hill and over the brow and dive downhill. Good battle between these two. Let's have a quick scan through. Oh, I think Bandit has got a car trouble. So Little's GP looks like he's got a little bit of, yeah, he's opened up a bit of a gap now. So Cinema's still doing some good lap times. 29.0 there. But Chris is now into the 27th and 28th despite having hards on, so there you go. Whereas no one else, Matt's just done a 28, but no one else is close. So Chris running away with race 2. Took him a little while to shake Cinnamon off, but he's away. Matt's in 3rd, still under pressure from Big Dan, who's keeping him the pretty similar lap time, so Dan's keeping him honest for sure. But you can see Dan's tyres are looking gnarly. So I think Little's GP, he might get one more lap. No, I think he's going to come across. So a great win for Little's GP. I think he's just going to cross the line. So 2 for 2 for Little's GP. A good win against Cinnamon. A great 2nd place for Cinnamon. He enjoyed that one. So Matt is going to come across 3rd. And that's to go with 2nd place. So Matt in 3rd. Then Dan a good 4th. Kept Matt on this all the way, and then Pat, a great 5th. Competitive lap times as well, so really good 5th there for Pat. But he's pleased with that. Daz gets a 6th. Mika saying great 2nd there for Cinnamod, yeah, great 2nd. Tiger comes across 7th, bit unlucky at one point. Then Spunmire in 8th. Here comes Koya in 9th. And Barry looks like he's got the best of Rob. Yes, he has. And then Rob comes across in 11th and Jim comes across in 12th. It looks like Jim just won. So Jim gets 12th. So let's have a quick Bandit unfortunately had to retire. So Little GP takes his 2nd win. Cinnamon a cracking 2nd, and then Matt on 3rd rounds up the podium. It's Team SC, Team Mazda. And Dan in 4th, Pat a great 5th, Daz in 6th. Tiger 7th, Spunmire 8th, Coy 9th, Barry 10th, Rob 11th, Jim 12th, and then Bandit had to retire. So, as we move into the feature race, I'll try and walk and talk. So, the grid for the feature race was decided by the cumulative points from the first 2 rounds, first 2 races. That's what we love about PlayStation 5, it's so quick. Look at that. Right. Let's pause that for a second. Pat says, well, happy with that result. Tyres weren't so happy at the end. No, that was a great result. That's a strong field. So that is a great result. Right. So, feature race, 30 minutes. 2 compounds must be used, so that all drivers have to do at least 1 stop, medium and hard. So we'll do a quick check on who's on what, but also the grid. So the grid for the 3rd feature race, as I say, was the cumulative points of the first 2 races. So Little's GP, not surprising, perfect score 32. He's on pole. He's on medium to start with. Matt, second, he scored 29 points, so he's second on the grid. Then we've got Cinnamod, having a cracking second race. Lifted him well up after 7th in the first race, so he was on 25 points. He's on hards, as is Big Dan, who had 2 good consistent races actually. Dan, what did Dan get? Dan got 5th and a 4th. So he also was on 25 points, but Cinnamon got 3rd on the grid as a result of his 2nd in race 2. Then Tiger, he's also on the hards. He was on 24, equal with Daz. But again, Tiger gets the nod because of a better result. He got a 3rd in race 1. So Tiger's on hards, Daz is on mediums. Then Spunkmeyer on mediums. He scored 20 points. Coy didn't return for the last race, so Pat on 16 points is 8th. Jim on 14 points is 9th. Rob on drums on 13 points is 10th. Barry is 11th. And Bandit, I think, started, but actually probably didn't finish. So here we go. Lots to play for. Double points in this race, so we've got Cinnamod and Big Dan equal on 25, Tiger and Daz on 24 just behind, so all to play for in this one. And so here we go, a 30-minute race starting in the evening, and this will get dark, so we'll see how this looks. Cinnamod's saying I had to get a sweat towel after that race. I'm not surprised, that must have been hard work, and these cars are not easy. Right, so on pole, Little's GP. Are we going to get a clean start? Yes, we are. We were going to do a rolling start originally, but it glitched, so we're back to a standing start. So Little's GP leads them away from Matt. Psycho in second. Let's try and get a better view as they come through. So Dan and Tiger having a little bit of a skirmish, and as they go up the hill, Spunbuyers go up to 4th. Has he made that one stick? Yes, he has. Cracking start. Oh no, Tiger's gone off again. Unlucky Tiger. Do we dare have a look, see what happened there? Let's have a watch. Let's maybe watch from the Spunbuyers car. Oh, that might not tell us too much. Here we go, so watch it from Daz. Oh, it happened again, unfortunately. Maybe the collision model in this game isn't the greatest. Looks like he got a slight little tap in the rear quarter again, and away he went. So, fortunately for Tiger, all to do from the back again. What can he do? It's a 30-minute race, though, so he's got more chances here. So, Little's GP is away. He's on medium, so is Matt. Can Matt hang on to him this time? He's going to try and stick in the toe. It's a tough ask, but... Oh, who's that? Dan got really sideways. He's got a penalty coming up as well, so Daz has moved up to 5th. Front 4 look reasonably steady away. Don't think there's too much going on there, so Dan's going to drop down the field. So Jim is going to get the drop on him. There he goes. Dan gets a little bit of a penalty, not a huge one, but a little bit. But he's got Rob on drums alongside him. Is Rob going? Yeah, Rob gets him as well. So Dan down to 8th. And he started 4th as well, so not a great first lap for him. Barry, oh, who's that? That's Rob getting his sideways. Almost takes someone out as well. And Tiger got a bit of catch up to. Oh, is that so? Bandit's gone as well. Unfortunate for Bandit. So Little's GP is well away already. Oh, Matt's obviously made a bit of a mistake. Let's have a look. Go back up. Yeah, so Matt's got a bit slidey coming out of the chicane. That's given Cinnamon a good run. As they drop down the hill. Let's go on board with Cinnamon. Does he make a move to inside to Matt? Matt decides he's going to defend a little bit. Is Cinnamon going to pull the move he did on Chris? Tries to go around the outside. That's not easy. Oh, that's good. They both give each other room though. Let's watch behind. So we've got Cinnamon and Spunkmeyer. on our tail. So what tyres? Matt's on mediums. And so is Cinnamon. Look at that, Cinnamon's bumped by us. Watch on board with I don't like that view, it's not so good the Mazdas. It's bumped right up the exhaust of Cinnamon. He's got a good run. Is he going to make a move, Cinnamon? Trying to break the toe a little bit. And he goes down the inside. Oh, that's tight. Oh, Spunkmeyer takes to the grass. That looked a little bit tight. And who's that? Daz is thinking, yep, oh, Daz has got another penalty. That's unfortunate. It can be quite draconian and random, these penalties. So what have we got? So Jim is up to 6. So Jim's had a good, what did Jim start? Jim was 10th, I think. So Jim's had a good first couple of laps. Dan's in 7th. Pat in 8th. Robin Drum's 9th. Tiger recovering in 10th. Barry in 11th. And yeah, Bandit's gone, unfortunately. So this was GP. He's out in clear again. He won't be getting the livery bonus point, but Matt's in second, but he's got Cinnamon and Spunkmeyer having a cracking little battle here. So Matt's managed to shake these two off a little bit. But what can Cinnamon and Spunkmeyer serve up? Spunkmeyer looks like he's quicker through. Right, Spunkmeyer's on the mediums. Oh, look at that, he just drove straight past him. So Cinnamon's decided to start on the hards. Spunkmeyer is on the mediums. Spunkmeyer's got a clear advantage. But obviously his tyres will start to degrade. And then it'll be all about who decides to pit when. So Jim's up to 5th now, look at that. Oh, let's see what happened with Jim. He's got past Daz somehow. Where's he got past Daz? I think, did Daz get a penalty? He went purple, where everyone goes purple, yeah. I think he must have got a penalty. Over there, we just let him through. Let's go forward a little bit. So Jim is up to 5th, so Jim's having a cracking feature race. Gets it sideways as well, one-handed. The Daz right behind him. Both on medium, so no tyre advantage there. Oh, Daz getting totally sideways. That's going to give Big Dan a bit of a interest. Let's see what he's going to do. There he goes, yeah. The thing is with these Mazdas, if you lose the they're all about momentum. All about momentum. You've got to keep the things pointing forward. They do like to drift. And if you lose the momentum, like Pat Luke coming out of the right-hander there, then you're in trouble. You lose so much speed. But Daz, he's coming back. Dan, he's going to make a move. Is he going to try around the outside? Here you go, all NASCAR. Here he comes. Let's watch from outside. Dan's on the inside, David. Daz is a little bit later on the brakes. Takes the apex. So nicely done by Daz. Pat gives us more drifting. But Dan's not done for sure. He's on the hards as well. So Daz is on mediums. Dan's on the hards. And Dan is giving Daz a proper run for his money. He's right in the slipstream as we come into T1. A bit more of a lift in these things. Daz is gonna a little bit. Well, no, Dan's gone. Jim's gone too. Oh, Jim went off, and Daz thought, oh, I'm going to follow Sam to see if he's got some presents. Unfortunately, all he's taken away your presents, Daz. He's just dropped you 5 places, I think 4 or 5 places. So Tiger again keeping his whistle clean. Up to 7th. Rob's in 8th. Daz is returning 9th, and him and Jim are having a bit of a squabble. See who's got the most damage. So look at this. This is the races of the tortoise. And look, we got Barry who's got a perfectly functioning car. Can he make the most of these two? Both being hindered. They're both back to speed now. What can Barry do? Perhaps there's any style points available for the most slides. We'll see what the scores are at the end of the race, Pat. So, Little's GP, he's on his mediums. Well out in front, almost a pit straight ahead of Matt. So Matt's done a 28.7. Chris has done a 27.4. So, still well in front. So we've got Spunkmeyer still ahead of Cinemods, but we'll see how this plays out, because obviously the top three are all on the faster tyre at the moment. But A, tyre wear will come in, and B, Cinemod will be on the faster tyre second stint. Same with Dan as well. So Dan's just done his fastest at 30.5, which is pretty much identical to Cinemod's quickest. So they're on a similar pace, although Cinemod's just done a thumper of the first sector. The Tiger's now up to 6th, lapping very quick. He's done a 29.5 on his hard, so look at that. He's a second quicker than the guys in front. Just showing what he can do. He's Tiger. If we hadn't had those couple of unlucky instances, so we got Pat and Rob right behind. So Rob on mediums, Pat on hards, so Rob's got a tyre advantage. Mika's saying, I do love Dan's livery, but don't all FX models have wonky decals and big globs of glue all over them. Maybe not, maybe Dan's Mr. Precision. But here we go, so Rob is lining up Pat for 7th, looks like he's got him. Let's have a look from Pat's perspective. Is he going to try down the inside? He does. Later braking, and there goes Dan behind us, but Pat runs a little bit wide. He's on the hards, whereas Rob's on the mediums. Pat managed to hold it. Some nice defensive driving there between the two. I like these racing. There's giving each other plenty of room. So can Rob come back? Can make a move down the inside, but no, I think he's too far away. But Pat gets a little bit slidey. Doesn't quite lose enough momentum though, so Rob's still right behind him. So Daz is trying to catch up just on his fastest. He's got Jim behind him. They've managed to shake Pat off. Little's GP out on his own. Oh, Matt's got 1.5 second penalty, so that's a pretty sizable penalty. That's going to slow him down quite a lot. Spunkmeyer's a little bit behind there, so won't be able to make any inroads. Let's just see what's going on. So Tiger's in 6th. Pat's still got Rob behind him. They're doing a good job despite his harder tyres. He's managed to get a decent run there as well, so Rob's not going to get a run down this straight. There's Daz trying to claw his way back up, taking Jim behind him, and a little bit jitterbugger in Barry. So 9 minutes in, lap 7 we go. Through the S's goes Chris, trying not to get a penalty through that right-hander. Down the hill we go, flat through here. Probably take a bit of a cut there. No, he doesn't. Run to curb, drop it down to 3rd, and then try not to go over the white lines that come across over the top. And he's on the purple. And here comes Matt cascading down the hill. Oh, we got a spinner. What's going on there? Who's that? Oh, it's Rob. What happened with Rob? Let's have a look. Did he just go wide? Oh, that's unlucky. Look at that. That's so unlucky. GT7 boards go everywhere. That's really unlucky, Rob. So Daz is going to get past, and so is Jim. Very unlucky. Just a wheel on the grass, and around he went. GT7 can be a lot more unforgiving. Right, so a little bit spread out between these two. Spunkmeyer though, he's not dropping Cinemod. So Cinemod did a 31. Oh, Spunkmeyer's gone wide. So that's given Cinemod, finger problems. Spunkmeyer's gone a little bit wide, so that's given Cinemod the chance to get up to 3rd. So Cinemod is on his hards. He's not that far behind Matt. So let's try and time it. He's not that far behind at all. As Matt comes across the line, complete lap 7 on his mediums, about halfway gone. Right, so what's that? 35. So Cinemod is probably only 8 seconds maybe behind, and he's on the harder compound, so could be second place up for grabs here. So Dan has now passed Spunkmeyer. Dan's on hard. Spunkmeyer is on his mediums and be wanting to go to make his way back on the field straight away, and he does. Drives straight around the outside. Oh, goes in too deep out into the tricky right hand at the top of the hill. He's gone a little bit wide and he's lost the place again, so just needs to regain the style back again. These cars don't like being hustled too much. Get his head down and get back on it. There's Tiger doing a good job. Has a scruffy lap 6-0, lost him a little bit of time. But still nicely cemented in 6th now. What can you do from there? He's on the hards as well, so Pat in 7th also on the hards. We've got Daz on the mediums and Jim on the mediums. So these two having a nice little tussle. Not quite engaged yet in battle, but right on a really good head-to-head. Rob trying to recover. Oh no, we get back to Barry. He just set his fastest lap as well. Oh, it's made a bit of a dent in his lovely JPS-like Mazda. So there's Chris. Firmly in the 27s now. Matt has done a 28.5, but he's way behind now. I think his battle is now for second with Cinnamod. Can he keep second place, given he's going to have to switch to the harder compound, although with less fuel? The harder compound. And Matt actually has got quite a lot more fuel than Chris. And to GP, I wonder if Matt Psycho is actually revving the car out as far as he could. Yeah, see, he's changing gear quite quickly there. I don't think he's quite revving his car out as much as he could. Oh, big slide as he goes through that right-hander. So, Cinemar's just done his fastest at 29.5. Matt had a 30.0, but he had a 1.5 second penalty, I think, on that lap. So, keep an eye on that gap. Spunmeyer trying to claw his way back up again off his little off. Tiger now up to 5th. Doing a grand job recovering, firmly in the 29s. Dan obviously had a bit of a drama there. He's down to 6th, did a 41 last lap. Mika said, always told to rev these out in 4th. Yeah, no, I wasn't. I think that was an error. So, Pat in 7th, Daz in 8th, still the same sort of gap, but Jim's got a little bit of a penalty. R66 has dropped down a bit. Rob and Barry has also got a penalty. So a little bit spread out now. It starts to get dark. Try not to cough too much. Look at that for consistency. He did 27.3. 27.656, 27.605, and these cars and this track, it's hard to be consistent as well. So Chris's tyre starting to go a little bit. Matt's are similar, but Matt's got quite a fair bit more fuel on board, so he will stop. And you can see that it's starting to get dark. This is where the GT7 starts to look its best. So Matt in second, he's done 28.8. And Cinema did 29.8, so Matt a second quicker, as you'd expect on the medium. So he's got to keep pushing. Got to keep that pulling that gap out, so that when he changes tyres onto the slower tyres, he's got enough of a gap not to be reeled in. The Spunmeyer's done a 29.8. These mediums are looking pretty knackered. That front left. You compare that against... Oh, Matt's in, so Matt has come in. So Matt has decided now is the time to pull the pin at 15 minutes as well. So he's decided that this is the halfway is the time to switch. Where is he going to come out? Tiger, is Tiger, so Tiger's through. There he comes. Where's Matt coming out? He's still in the pits. Where's Big Dan? I think he's going to come out with Matt. No, Matt's come out behind him. So Matt is come out in 6th on his hards. So Daz is in. And Jim. So pretty similar on fuels. So yeah, Daz will beat him out. Both come out onto the hards. So up the front now, so Cinnamon, how far is he going to go on his hards? Same with Spunkmeyer. So Cinnamon, I think, and then comes Chris. So lap later than Matt. He's got a little bit less fuel, so he'll have to stop for a little bit longer. There goes the fuel, but he should be well clear out in the lead. He might even retain the lead. He's put quite a lot of fuel on that. So here comes Cinnamon in second place, just coming around the last corner. Chris is making his way down. Where is Cinnamon? There is Cinnamon. Is he going to take the lead? Where's Chris? Yes, I think he is. Yep, Cinnamon's cleared him. There he is. So Chris down to second, but he's a stop ahead. Here comes Spunkmeyer. He's on his mediums. Tiger's on his hards. Spunkmeyer uses a little bit less fuel, but not much in it. The Tiger's not that far behind Spunkmeyer actually. He's going to have a tyre advantage. We'll keep an eye on that. Pat's in as well. Might give a bonus point to anyone who's got the same overalls on their mechanics, so they have the car livery. Pat's is close. So there's Tiger. Tiger's out. Who else is coming in? Rob's in as well. Rob definitely. Oh, yeah, no, he doesn't. And Pat's in. Pat's out. So where's Pat come out? Pat comes out in. Oh. Just in seventh. So Daz on the hards, Pat's on the medium, so we'll keep an eye on that. And Jim's made up a bit on Daz actually, because he dropped off the back of him. So Rob's coming out and Barry is coming out as well. So Cinnamon is leading and Cinnamon's in. So he wasn't going to do much more on his hards. Pits out the lead. Make sure he don't go over the yellow lines because it's pretty draconian here. 3-second penalty if you go over the pit entrance or exit lines. So where's he going to come out in relation to Matt? Here comes Matt coming around the last corner. He's in training in second place. Cinnamon's rolling, but Matt's going to have him. Yeah, that goes through the first corner. Cinnamon's still rolling. Cinnamon's going to have a tyre advantage. We'll see how that one plays out. So Matt's coming through the S's. Cinnamon's just going. Let's have a look what's going on back here. So here's Pat. It's Big Dan's in as well. He's just rolling. Pat, look at that. Pat, Jim and Daz all together. Look at this in the dark. GT7 has its problems, but that looks amazing. Let's have a bit of an onboard from Jim. Here we go, up through the S's. Pat gone a bit wide, yes, gone a little bit wide. That might give Daz a bit of a chance to come down the hill. Oh, Pat's gone a bit wide, he's gone wonky, he's gone very wonky. Yes. Oh, it's three abreast as they all try and sort themselves out. Pat got a swapper on. But he managed to hold it, but look at Jim, let's go forward with Jim. Look, where do we look? We've got Daz in front of us, Pat in front of us. Daz leaves a Pat a bit of room, manages to close him off. So, can Jim get a good slipstream from the pair of them, get a nice entry? The Pat gets a nice exit from there, and he's on the mediums, whereas the two around him, let's check. Daz is on hards, Jim's on hards, so Pat has got a tyre advantage. What can he do? Is Jim going to have a go from he's a bit far behind? Daz goes into the chicane. Over the top of the brow, blind brow into the last corner. That says quite a messy run through the S's for me then. Ideal with two cars right behind. No, but you held it well and you only lost a spot. Let's go on board with Pat Street. Here we go into T1. He's got mediums. Daz has got hards. Oh, Daz has gone a little bit wide. Can he get a move done into this right-hander? This is tricky. Where's Jim? Jim's right behind us. Let's watch from the back of Daz's car. We've got two very eager MX5s right behind us. Let's watch from Jim. Here we go. Oh, Jim's going to try, don't go around there, you'll get a penalty. Oh, so Pat and Jim both went a little bit wide. That's giving Daz a little bit of a break. All cars should have pop-up headlights. Tell me I'm wrong. Oh, Pat gets a slide on, but he gets a good run. Let's watch from the back. There we go, from the roof. On the rollover bar. Is Pat going to get a good run on this? I don't think so. I thought he had a good run out of that last corner, but tight right, but not enough to have a go. Into the chicane we go. Let's just have a quick look what's going on behind us. So there's Barry, Rob, and Little's GP coming out to lap them. So Barry and Rob having another good scrap again. What can Rob do? You've got Little's GP who's just behind him, coming up to lap him. Get the blue flags, we let him through into the chicane. Not yet, not yet. Alright, says Matt's got another penalty. What's the gap? He's got a bit of a gap now. Let's see what's... Let's just check what's going on in this battle for... 7th. So, oh, Daz has gone wide though. That's going to be a penalty, surely. Yes, it is. So, Daz is going to drop behind at least Pat. Pat's probably seen that. I think, yep, and look at that. He's closed it right up anyway. Daz is going to try. Oh, Daz is moving over. Good driving by Daz. He knows he's going to get a penalty, so doesn't want to impede Pat. Here it comes. There it goes. So Pat up to 7th. He's half a second up on his fastest lap as well. Pat looks like he's going to get into the 29s, which is good lap time. Oh, Daz gets a bit of a tank slapper. Let's see what Pat does on this lap. Kicking up the dirt. Yeah, nice, just at 29.9. So, let's have a quick rundown. So, Little's GP got past Rob, well in front now. He's almost, well, he's 2/3 of the main straight ahead of Matt. Matt's doing... I was doing 28s, he had just a 30, but I think he had a penalty. Whereas Cinemon's just done a 28.6. Cinemon's on his quickest lap. How far behind Matt is he? Let's see if we can time the gap again. So, let's see. I think it was about 8 seconds. It's actually gone up a bit by the looks of it. It's probably about 11-12 seconds, so let's see what Cinnamon can do. Matt does a 28.5, so that's quick actually on his hard. That's almost as fast as his quickest lap. So 28.6, so Cinnamon's just done his quickest lap, but he's been matched by Matt, so Matt on his hards is pretty much as quick as Cinnamon on his mediums. So we'll see how that goes. Tiger's done a sterling job to come up to 4th. He's also banging in the 28s. So if we went for that off, we got a battle here between Spunkmeyer and Dan. Is that new? Let's go back. Oh, there's a good battle going on between these two we've missed. So let's rewind this a bit. Spunkmeyer and Dan having a good battle. Spunkmeyer's on the hards, Dan's on the medium, so we'll keep an eye on this one. Spunkmeyer's just done a 29.8, quicker than Dan, but Dan's on the medium, so defending into the tight right-hander, coming onto the long back straight. That's going to give Dan a really good run. He's on the better tyres and he had a better run. We head into the darkness of Road-a-Land. Oh, a bit of a, I think Dan's having a little bit of a, unfortunately, he's having a little bit of a glitch now and then, which is actually slowing him down. So into the chicane they come, side by side. Is Dan going to brake later on his better tyres? Spunkmeyer brakes really low on the hard. That's really late, but he's managed to get stopped. Really nicely done there by Spunkmeyer. But Dan's got a good run coming out. Be brave to go past around the outside there for sure. Oh, Spunkmeyer takes a lot of curb. Here we go though. We're going to go around the outside for turn 1. That's going to be brave. Oh, Spunkmeyer goes a little bit wide. But this is good racing from these two. Look at this. So Dan's got the tyre advantage. Spunkmeyer is doing a really good job of keeping him behind. And all the while we got behind us, Jim and Dad still having their little squabble. So these two have, so we got battles for 7th. And we got battles for 5th at the moment. And here goes Spunkmeyer. Trying to defend on Dan. Dan looks like he's got him round the outside. Is he going to go through? Oh, they give each other room. Look at that. This is great racing. Look at that. Loads of room between the pair of them. Dan tries to go around the outside. Can't make his stick. Gets a little bit of a slide on. But he's got another good run. Another good run. Side by side they go then down the main straight. Here goes the Airfix. Pristine Airfix, no globs on that thing. Dan's in there, he covers the inside. Surely Spunkmeyer's not going to try and have a go on these hards. But Dan's gone a little bit deep. Can we get him back? No, we can't. So Dan gets into 5th. Cracking bit of racing between these two. Can he now pull away? He should do really. He's got the better tyres. But we'll see. Let's check what's going up front. So 26 minutes in, so 4 minutes to go. Dan saying what a great night. It was good, wasn't it? I'm glad you enjoyed it. Cracking battles. So Little's GP well in front, almost straight ahead now. Matt's done 29.5, so Cinnamod is still catching Matt, but I don't think he's close enough. Let's keep an eye on that. Cinnamod's still banging in the mid to high 28s. Matt's in 29s now, so we'll keep an eye on that. Tiger's also doing a grand job, not that far behind his teammate, would probably be in front of him. So Dan, having a splendid battle, he's in 5th. Can he pull away now? Spunkmeyer's not letting him get away, but he's not that far. Oh, Pat's gone wide. Oh, looks like Daz has got past him. That's going to let Jim go past as well. So Pat was doing a sterling job and then does a little donut just to show off. It's well ahead of Baz though. So Pat unfortunately drops down to 9th. What can Daz do? Daz just done a 29.1. He's fastest on his hards. He's on a quicker lap again. Jim's has done a 29.6. So pretty close. Daz looks like he's got a bit of an advantage, but we'll keep an eye on that. There's Barry in 10th. Still hanging in there though. Might be the straight behind Pat, but he's hanging in there. So on to lap 19 we go. We will probably we might get 2 more maybe. Chris won't mind, he's got tons of fuel. Whereas Matt's looking a little bit tighter on fuel. Chris well and truly over fuel, isn't he? Oh, it's going to be tight, so yeah. Ooh, this is probably the final lap. So here we go, it's Matt in 2nd. Looks like he's managed to stay. So Cinnamod is flying now, he's 28.3 and he's on a quicker lap, but I don't think he's going to be close enough. He hasn't got enough time. He's flying. So look, the GTA 7 guys have come alive now, both in the mid to low 28s. That's what Cinnamod does. Scatters the grass, does a 28.1. Look at that, probably the 2nd fastest lap of the night. Matt's done a 29.2 in his hard, so he's closing. I think he's just going to run out of time. Goes Tiger, another mid 28, super competitive. Dan, mid 28s. Everyone's banging in very good lap times as we come to the end of this race. Yeah, looks like Cinnamon needed that extra lap again. Yes, he did. Spunkmeyer's just done his fastest. It's hanging in there. So Daz is in 7th. Jim in 8th. Pat in 9th. And Barry in 10th. So I think this is going to be it. Yep. So coming into chicane for the final time. Dominant performance tonight from Little's GP. He's won all 3 races. Race 2 was a bit closer, but dominant performance. Fastest lap again with 27.3. So Chris comes across the line. Brilliant win. Well done, Little's GP. Fantastic set of drives. Matt looks like as long as he doesn't throw it off at the chicane, he's going to come across in 2nd. So that's going to cement his 2nd in the overall Touring Cup. Chris obviously wins it. Matt is going to come across in 2nd. Gets a great 2nd, so 2 seconds and a 3rd for him, so good night. Then over comes the line, goes Cinema, so great. Race 2 and race 3 for him, 2nd and a 3rd. Here comes Tiger. What could have been maybe, but great recovery drive, so he gets 4th. And Dan, with his great battle with Spunkmeyer in that final race, he's going to come across 5th. Here he comes. Good strategy, get him 5th. And Dan Spunkmeyer comes across 6th. Great fighting battle from him. Obviously enjoyed it, gives us a flash. Daz comes across 7th. Wasn't that far behind him actually in the end, so a good 7th from Daz after this trip off with Jim. Jim comes in 8th. And then Pat is going to finish up in 9th. So there we have it. The M&M's MX5 Touring Cup. Oh, that was a lot of fun. So the overall result, we have Little's GP winning it as we expect with 67 points. So you got a perfect score of 64 plus fastest lap in all 3 races. Matt Psycho finished 2nd with 59 points. Cinnamod a great 3rd with 53 points. Tiger a 4th with 50, which was a pretty good result given he had incidents in 2 races. Then Big Dan finishing 5th with 49 points. Daz finishing 6th and 44. Spunkmeyer finishing 7th with 42. Pat 8th with 32, equal with Jim with 32. Then Barry 26 in 10th. And then Coy, Rob and Bandit unfortunately didn't make the end of the last race, but they were 11th, 12th and 13th respectively. So Big Dan says, look forward to the next MX5 races. Also great first online event at this circuit. Yeah, nice. I think it's a cracking circuit, especially when it gets dark. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the races. We will see whether we do another event. I think we probably will. Whether we do MX5s or might do something else. We will see. But thank you for joining. Thanks for the comments tonight. Hope you enjoyed that. And we will see you again soon. So watch out for Discord to see what the next M&Ms might be. Thank you and good night. Pat saying it was a great night of racing. Went better than the last time I drove MX5s. So pretty with a day-night transition. Yes, that is my favourite saying of GT7 at the moment. It is so pretty. Right, thanks for joining. We'll catch you soon.